So we'll do a little quick climb tutorial. So first of all, what is quick climbing? What is a quick climber? So normally when Ryu climbs, that's the name of this dude on the screen, this is how fast he moves. Which is fine. You can get a sick time without quick climbers. But your jump speed is way fast. See how much faster that is than this? Now, unfortunately, we can't just jump up the ladder like you can in some games, like certain Mega Man games. You can like jump through ladders. You can't do that, but we can by inserting little quick climbs in very small increments. You can dramatically increase your ladder ascent. So just for we'll use the timer just for reference on the black screen transition. What does it look like when you just normally climb this ladder? That was 2.7 seconds as opposed to quick climbing it. I like saying that. I don't know why. I'm not gonna stop saying it. Or you could also clip through the ladder. We'll talk about that. I swear I've played the game before. So, and you can definitely do it faster than that, but 0.6 of a second save. That's just on one long ladder. There's two long ladders, and then if you've seen this game before, you've seen that there's rung ladders all over the place. So how do we do that? How do you get into quick climbing? It's hard to make a tutorial for because it's a very personal thing. You have to find what works best for you, and just capitalize on your strengths. There's a few ways to do it, but my suggestion, if you want to get into quick climbing and using it as a real time save, don't worry about what I just did, like fitting 8 to 10 quick climbs in a long ladder. Like don't worry about doing that. Try just one. And I think probably the easiest way to get into it is to hold A and then shimmy real quick, a real quick left input, and then we want a right input, but just a pure right input is not enough, because when you connect to the ladder, you want to continue your upward ascent. No, we live, baby. We live. You want to continue your upward ascent. So we want left to diagonal right up. Left to diagonal right up. So try just like one quick climb. It's so funny that I'm messing that boost up. I'm terrible. Terrible. So I'm the and then let's make a closer save state. Maybe at first your quick climbs look like that. They're pretty far off the wall. That is actually not a time save. You want to get the maximum height of your jump move speed without dipping down. And then maybe you try 2. And then maybe you try 3. That's how I would recommend getting into it. If you're doing more than that, though, for me, it is way more. I don't know. I feel like I'm in more control of each individual quick climb, and at least in my experience, it has the potential to like go a bit faster than that. There's another choice. You can tap left and A, and then hit immediately diagonal upright to attach to the ladder. That's how I prefer to quick climb. Maybe one or the other is easier for you, but whichever one you feel more comfortable with. Just start trying to pepper them in, especially in the long ladders. You know, even that will save some time over just climbing straight up. And then there are a lot of places where you can put little quick climbs into. There's something I want to talk about that is related to quick climbing and is important because it happens to a lot of people and they're like, yo, what the fuck, man? I'll show you what I mean. You can, let's see if I can force this to happen. It's hard to make happen. It's hard to make this happen, but it is possible to clip into the ladder during this transitional screen and clip through the ladder and then just like die. There is a way to avoid that. It's hard to make it happen on purpose, but it has to do with this transitional screen. I mean, I'm holding right over this form. It's not happening. Usually that's what I would do to make that happen. But anyway, I'm going to show you something. If you hold left, you see how we didn't even attach to the ladder. So, two things to consider, particularly in this situation. After this little bullet boost, the screen turns black, and get used to the timing of how long that black screen transition lasts. And then hold right as soon as it's over. And if you get good enough at that, you probably won't like almost ever clip through this ladder and die. So that's one thing to consider. There's a couple other spots that I want to talk about because this took me a while to actually figure out for myself. I get to where I want to be. There are some places in the game, even though, like I said, I am a person who prefers to tap left and A with every single quick climb. There are certain parts in the game where I find it advantageous to hold A, and also, like generally with longer ladders, we want these very small, tight, quick climbs so we could fit as many of them as possible in a given real estate of space, you know, and maximize, how much room we have to climb. But there are some areas where you can only do like one quick climb or like two. And in those instances, like a real tight quick climb like that is actually a time loss. It's actually a time loss, yeah. Because we are spending some time just regular climbing on this little wall. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy how long it took me to figure that out. But on this particular wall, it's actually advantageous to do one larger quick climb so that we can take it right to the loading zone of the next screen. So like probably something that someone might think based on this info is like, why wouldn't you just want to do that? Like, so put more, you can't fit more than one climb, put more climbs. If you jump over the loading zone like this, like that, it's actually a time loss because you're going further than you need to. The loading zone is right there, but we can actually kind of jump over it. And that would be a time loss. And again, a really quick climb like that forces unnecessary, natural, like climbing the ladder speed, and we don't want that. We want, even that was like not that great. We want that. That is something to consider. One more thing. Another area where I find it advantageous to hold A instead of tap left. Let's take it here. And this is like pretty, honestly, unnecessary shit. This is like, you don't need really any of this to get a sick time, like a sub 12 time even. You don't need any of this info. But if quick climbing looks cool to you and you want to get into it and like you're like, yo, I want to like maybe save time with that one day, this could be pertinent information, like right here. Again, it's less advantageous to do like really fast, tight quick climbs here, because you'll end up with an extra quick climb. We want 4 quick climbs to get us to the top, which is still 4 medium or slow quick climbs that have higher height is still faster than 5 quick climbs that take us. It's gonna take you longer to get to the top, even with like 5 very tight quick climbs. Still slower than 4 arguably slower quick climbs. I don't know if you're able to count. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What we want here is that. No. That. And particularly because we don't have to worry about, remember when I said about going back to the ladder, the diagonal right up input that we need to continue our ladder ascent after our left input? You don't need that because these walls are not runged, so you can't climb them naturally at all. You can't press up and ascend them, so you don't need to worry about this business of pressing left and then diagonal up. We can just focus on getting for like max height. Think about it as we want more height out of these quick climbs than speed. And that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it. There's even another way to quick climb. I'm not good at it, but I'll try to demonstrate. If someone could get good at this and make it really consistent, then goddamn, like you'd be a force to be reckoned with. So I mentioned holding A and tapping and making your left thumb sort of do the work. And I also mentioned tapping A and left to get off the ladder with every single quick climb. There's a third choice, which is, let's see if I can demonstrate this. Your thumb kind of sits on the D-pad like this, and what creates the quick climbing motion is a slapping of the A button and a rocking of the controller. This is going to be a shit show. But if you can do this fast, it's like ridiculously fast. Hold on. You kind of have a loose grip on the D-pad for this to work. And you can start to see how if you could get that all the time, it's really fast. Some people are definitely better at this than myself, but the problem is to get that every single time, that consistently. I mean, no one's done it before. Also, it'll like hurt you. If you do it enough, it'll hurt you. Just like almost everything else in this game. But yeah, mess with all of those things and find what works best for you. Throw quick climbs. If you intend to build that as a skill and you want to save time with it, throw it everywhere. And you know, honestly, your first quick climbs are probably going to suck. You know, they're probably going to look like, you know, like that. But the only way to get better at them is to do them all the time and find the specific consistency that works for you. So just throw them everywhere and try to build like consistency. You know, focus on getting a real time save out of every single climb instead of just raw speed at first, and you will get better and you will save time with it. And that is my tutorial on quick climbing. Ninja Vanish! Psych! I'm back. There's one more thing that's really important when we're talking about quick climbs. You can see that we have these save states here that we use. And if you'll notice, that one said long ladder 2. This is what I want to show you. But we're not actually at long ladder 2, and you might be thinking, so if you want to practice that long ladder part, why would you be all the way at the opposite end of the screen? Actually, it's a screen that's before it. It's not even at the long ladder. Well, no ladder or any part of this game is an isolated event. It's all connected to a route. So it's not good enough to just practice a climbing section by itself, because there's all this stuff before it. And it's going to affect where your thumb position is on the D-pad. It's going to affect everything. So you have to practice the stuff before the long ladder. For example, this spot right here, unlike the first long ladder where we're approaching from the left, we're approaching from the right side. So you have to get used to holding left here. And same thing with the screen transition. We're going to hold left through the screen transition so we don't clip into the ladder. But all that stuff matters. And like, if you want to get consistent climbs, you're going to have to get the stuff directly before the climbing sections into the climbing sections as well. They're like, you got to put them all together. They're not just like this one little part. And that's all I got for quick climbing, Ninja Vanish. Hey, want to see some quick climbs in action? Why don't you check out this video? Or maybe you just want to rock out with some videogram shred. Check out that video. Either way, we're going to have a good time. Win-win scenario. You can't lose.